It's another crazy, beautiful morning with the sun going over the vineyards and us walking right through it, or right through them. And mornings like these really have a magic to them. And as pilgrims, we always get up really early. And some say it's because they want to get there on time to get to bed or to avoid the heat or whatever. But I really think the true reason is so we can experience these mornings. Mornings like these can turn anyone into a morning person. That time between spring and summer, where the early morning is crisp and then it heats up pretty quickly with the promise of a beautiful day. The landscape bathed in this golden light, and the birds competing for attention. No, I think they're just singing because they want to. There really could be no better way to start the day than a morning like this. Yesterday was one of those days that start really beautifully in nature, and then you go to a city and it kind of turns, not ugly, but just turns into a grind. You're walking along paved roads and it's all heated up. The villages are charmless. And that's one of the few times when I actually do look at the kilometers and the countdown to when I'll finally get there. It's not always that you're just enthralled by the beauty of it all. And I probably didn't drink enough either, and I was just exhausted and drained once I got there after 32 kilometers or something. And then we couldn't find anything real to eat, which is kind of weird in Spain, in these small towns, that there's some convenience food that's heated up at best, but no real cooking. It's really hard to find something decent sometimes. So you're exhausted and drained and hungry and can't get anything real to eat. And the place you're staying at just isn't that great, and you're kind of like, all right, okay. And you have a real night's sleep, and you wake up, and it's a new day, and you start again, and it's a fresh morning, and it's beautiful, and you're re-energized, and the draggy aspect of it all has completely evaporated. And today is one such day. Yesterday's walk drained all of us. The scorching pavement and those unremarkable villages were sapping our energy. But now, as we approach Galicia, we're seeing increasingly quaint villages and green landscapes. And today's trek from Cagabelos through Villafranca del Bierzo and onto the tiny village of Ambasmestas at the foot of the Ancares mountain range has been particularly rewarding for one special reason. The river that we crossed time and time again grew smaller as we ascended. Its waters diminishing until, upon our arrival at the albergue, it had become a small stream. But the stream flows directly in front of Casa Cantadora, which is our albergue for the night. And this small village, one that many pilgrims might overlook in their rush to reach the next stage, or by sticking to the regular stages, the so-called regular stages. This village holds a charm that really should not be missed. These secluded hamlets are the true gems of the Camino, allowing you to really dive into a slower way of life. And Casa Cantadora itself is a marvel in its own right. Knut from Denmark has meticulously renovated this building from 2022 on, adding his tasteful elegance throughout. Just so you get an idea, a bed is 15 euros. A great dinner, vegetarian, is 15 euros. A full breakfast, 10 euros. A half breakfast, 5. And there's still plenty to go around. There's a beautiful yoga and meditation room on the top floor, which I'm going to try in a moment. To me, this is such a better way to prepare for the climb of the mountain to Os Obrero tomorrow than to just run through the village, have a coffee and get going. Here you really mentally and physically prepare. I had a swim in the cold river. It's not super cold, it's 15 degrees, but it definitely freshens you up after a long, warm walk in the sun. And who knows, maybe, why not a morning swim before climbing tomorrow in the heat? So what I found out after getting stopped in my tracks twice was that letting go and not trying to plan your Camino, but just letting it happen. See where it takes you, see where you want to go, is so much better than having it all set, having everything booked, because it blinds you to the small, beautiful things at the side of the road. And that's exactly the things you don't want to miss, because they are what makes the Camino the Camino. There's also less people. It's very intimate. It's very interesting. And free floating like this is a whole different way to experience the Camino. You feel free because you are free, and it's beautiful.